Have you ever been in a really nice sports bar or a big conference room and just wondered, how are they doing that?
Doing what exactly?
Getting that one game on that one screen, but like a presentation on the one next to it.
Right.
Then you go home, you try to plug one thing into your TV, and suddenly the sound bar doesn't work.
It's the classic cable spaghetti nightmare. It's frustrating at home, but for a business, it's a real problem.
It really is. Well, today we are doing a deep dive on the device that actually, fixes all that. It's the Kramer VS-66H2.
Which is a 6x6 4K HDMI Matrix Switcher.
That sounds incredibly technical.
Think of it like an air traffic controller, but for all your video and audio signal.
Okay, I like that. So for this deep dive, we're pulling our information from the spec sheets over at HDTV Supply. They've been in the AV game for about 25 years.
And our mission is to figure out how this one box untangles that whole mess, but without losing any quality.
Exactly. So let's just start there. What does 6x6 matrix actually mean?
It's pretty straightforward, actually. You have 6 inputs, laptops, Blu-ray players, whatever,
Yep.
6 outputs, your screens. The matrix part means you can send any of those 6 sources to any of those 6 screens.
So wait, I could have, say, input 1 on all 6 screens.
All 6. Or input 1 on screen A, input 2 on screen B, input 3 on screen C. You get total freedom.
That's the flexibility. But the specs really highlight the quality. I see this 4K 60, 4.4.4 everywhere.
Right. And that last part is key.
The 4.4.4 part,
Yep.
I know 4K, I know 60 frames per second. Why is that the thing they highlight?
It's about color compression. A lot of gear to save bandwidth kind of smudges the color information together.
And you wouldn't notice.
For a movie, maybe not. But if you're showing a spreadsheet or any kind of fine text, that compression makes it look blurry.
Oh, okay.
4.4.4 means 0 color compression. Everything is perfectly crisp, razor sharp.
So it's the difference between a fuzzy image and like a perfect vector graphic.
That's a great way to put it.
What about that thing where you plug something in and the screen just goes black? The copyright issue.
The HDCP handshake. Yep. This is HDCP 2.2 compliant, which is
The latest standard. It just means it plays nice with modern protected content. No black screens. Good. Now, this is the part on the spec sheet that confused me a little. The audio, it's a 6x6 video switcher, but it talks about a 12x12 audio matrix. Where did the other 6 come from?
This is where it gets really smart. You've got your 6 audio streams coming in with the HDMI sources.
Right.
But it also supports ARC, which is audio return channel, on the outputs.
So it can pull audio back from the TVs.
Exactly. So you get 6 audio sources from your devices and potentially 6 more coming back from the smart displays they're connected to.
And that gets you to 12.
That gets you to 12. And because the audio routing is independent, you can send that audio anywhere. You could have the game's video on one TV, but send the audio commentary to the main sound system.
Okay, that is a whole other level of control. But what about, people? If I walk into a meeting and plug in my laptop, do I need to call for help?
Not usually, no. It has what's called active source detection, so it can see you plug something in and just switch to it automatically.
But the specs also mention step in over HDMI. Is that the same thing?
It's a bit different. Auto switching is passive. It just reacts. Step in is active. It lets a user at, say, a wall plate press a button to demand priority. It puts the user in control without them ever touching the rack.
So no more fumbling for the main remote.
Yeah.
But speaking of things going wrong, how do you even begin to troubleshoot a box like this?
Well, you have options. It has a full web interface you can access over Ethernet,
Okay.
an RS-232 for direct serial commands if you're using a control system. It even has a built-in pattern generator.
What's that for?
If a screen goes black, you can tell the box to send a test pattern. If the pattern shows up, you know the switcher and the display are fine.
Yeah.
The problem is your source or the cable. It saves a ton of guesswork.
So this is obviously not something you just pick up at your local electronics store. Who is this really built for?
This is definitely a professional-grade solution. It's priced around $3,500. It's available from HDTV Supply, and they offer what they call Wolfpack support for a reason. You might need some help setting it up.
So it's for the sports bars, the university lecture halls, the corporate boardrooms, maybe a really, really serious home theater.
Exactly. It marks that shift from basic plug-and-play to what you might call professional content curation. You're managing signals, not just connecting them.
It certainly changes what a setup can be. And, it leaves me with a final thought. As all of our homes and offices get more and more screens, are we all eventually going to need, like, A mini broadcast control room and a closet somewhere just to manage our own digital lives?
If you look at some setups, we might already be there.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.